Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're watching Battlestar Galactica. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are watching episode 4 of season 4 of Battlestar Galactica. That last episode was chaotic. There was a lot of fighting, a lot of screaming, a lot of yelling. Not my jam, but definitely something big happened. Of course, Tori spacing Callie. Callie really having a hard time, having quite the breakdown. And I understand it, and I empathize with her. And it it's not fair that Chief can't confide in her about being a Cylon, but at the same time, I wish he could have. Definitely her thoughts and feelings on Cylons is not going to be accepting and warm and open. But I really wish that she had been that type of partner for him, that he could have confided in her, and she would have been like, well, I love you regardless. So, what do you need from me? And I feel like him having that partner would have made just a world of difference for him. And I don't know if like we're gonna find that with Tori and like they're going to have something. I hope not. I don't really want Chief to move on necessarily. Like, the like his wife, the love of his life just died. I don't really know if she was love of his life or if it was Boomer, but definitely, like this is somebody that he wanted to have a future with and wanted to have a child with and was talking about having a second child, which, in the middle of your kids screaming and your wife being mad at you about a possible affair and, you not being home all the time, that's not the best time to bring that up. I'm just going to say, she's already overwhelmed by her responsibility. She's already exhausted by just how everything has been playing out and how it's been going. And then ever since the nebula, I'm sure it's not something necessarily in her that changed, but she felt something in you changed and you became different and you were distant. And I know I'm saying you, but like I know Chief would probably be the person that's just like, well, I don't want to hurt her, so I'm going to keep my distance for now, and I got to figure this out because I can't let this affect our relationship. And in turn, it was affecting their relationship. So that's sad. And going forward, wondering how Chief is going to handle this and how everyone else is going to handle it. You know, um, she didn't space herself, so I don't know. Do they have cameras? Do they have something in there that just says like, the button was triggered from inside the booth, not outside? Like somebody helped her, or I don't know what the story is. It's going to be told about Callie. But definitely Chief will be reeling from it, I'm sure. Now we also got Mom and Dad fighting. It was like really cute because at the beginning of the episode, he was reading to her while she was going through kind of her treatments. And, that's adorable. That's like one of those things that when like the admiral does like a husband thing or like, a significant other thing and it's really like romantic, like sitting there reading out loud to somebody and trying to soothe them and make them feel better is so incredibly romantic. I thought that was adorable. And, and the fight wasn't between the admiral. I mean, he wasn't even really in the whole episode, but the fight between Lee and the president, it's not even a fight. There was just yelling going all around, and there was like it was almost like a duel of wits, like who could say the thing that would like really make everyone be like, oh damn, and like Lee like really like talking about the bill that she was like pushing forward that would like kind of give her the ability to appoint judges, which of course is like something that we see in the modern world now. And her kind of getting defensive about it and trying to be like, well, it's not finished yet, so if you want to vote on it, like maybe that'll be next time. um Definitely the way that those two started from the miniseries to where they are now couldn't be any more different, but I feel like Lee has remained the same. He's still that person that like always wants to do the thing that is either morally responsible or ethically responsible, except when it comes to Starbucks, but that's done. That's over with. We don't have to worry about that anymore. But like he's always the person that like he always wants to try to do the right thing. And she's protecting she's protecting his father. And, she was kind of like, well, it's been 3 weeks and the press corps keeps asking me about this. And like, you've put me in a tough spot. And, like she's protecting the admiral, and then like Lee thinks that like she's like kind of protecting herself, and just Zarek's in the middle and he's stirring up the shit pot. And the one thing with like Zarek is this like I expected him to kind of be the person that would spar with the president, not Lee. But I still enjoy it because it's great acting moments out of both Mary McDonnell and Jamie Bamber. So I thought the Quorum of 12 would be actually more, I guess, civilized, less chaos, and it was just chaos run amok. I don't know what made me think that any system of government in which things are being discussed would work in a civilized manner. It's almost always chaos. It's almost always some form of a toxic argument happening one way or another. What was I thinking? But we had that, and then of course we had Starbuck fighting with Anders, and her like kind of like if you take out all the like the toxic chaos that's between those two, and just Starbuck in general, and how she's always wanting to fight, and it's always just like an argument with her. And it's always just like I got to cut you down before you can cut me down, and I have to make you hurt before you hurt me. If you take all of that away, and like her like just and that's essentially what happened, is like they did their duty, and then she's kind of just sitting there just saying like I feel alien, I feel like I'm outside of my body. And her saying that, and Anders kind of like just learning that he's a Cylon, they're in the same boat, and I wish they could empathize with each other. But Anders is afraid Starbuck's just going to shoot him in between the eyes. And, Starbuck is just afraid of being vulnerable. And when she is vulnerable, like those moments are so beautiful. And like Katie just kills it in those moments. It's the coming together. They just keep missing each other like ships in the night, like just. And I really think Anders truly deeply loves her. And it's like really interesting with Cylons in general. I feel like when they love somebody, like you see that with Athena, and you see that I want to say with Chief, he's had two loves, but you see it with Anders, and you see it with Six. Yeah, it's I don't want any more fighting. Make love, not war. I'm all about the making love. Let's nix the making war crap. So, we still have the shit ship on its way to try to find its way back to either the nebula or to Earth. Not confirmed, because Starbuck doesn't really know where she's going, and I think she's trying to retrace those steps. And like I kind of like said, it felt like she was like in the bathroom and going like, why did I come in here? And goes back to the bedroom where she previously was to think like, why did I go into the bathroom? And looking around for clues as to why she wanted to go in that room in the first place. And she's like, well, maybe it was when I was in the closet. So then she goes to the closet, and then she's like, okay, when I was in here, why did I go out to the bedroom? And then why did I think I had to go into the bathroom? And I feel like it's kind of like that. Like she's trying to like figure out the pattern of like getting back so then she can feel the signal again. And I know that we lost the signal, and it's so annoying that happened. But I feel like that's her kind of working in circles, and her crew. Like, thankfully, Hilo is the man that he is, and he's just like, hey, keep it straight. Like, she's in charge. We're doing what she wants to do. Quit bitching. And I think they have every reason to bitch. Like, let's just point that out, that, like, they feel like this is a useless mission because they don't know how her brain is working, and she is not explaining it to them. And I don't know if we get a resolution to that soon or not. I hope so, because a crazy obsessive Starbuck, ooh, you give her something to obsess about, and it's on. So hopefully she works through it. Hopefully we find our way back. Hopefully the president continues living, and she's not as sick, and she's able to find a consensus with Lee, because I definitely think that like he will be vetoing and checking her left and right. Rightfully so. I think that that's what she's needed the entire series. But she's protecting she's protecting the admiral. The president is protecting the admiral. I'm kind of tired, so if I mess up my words, it's been a day. It's been a long day. It's been a great day. It's just been a long day. So I'm really looking forward to getting into this episode and getting some form of resolution. The one thing I didn't even talk about, and I just thought of, was the Base stars. Oh, I knew it was a trap. I knew it. There's no way Cavill would have been like, oh, yeah, I compromise. That's not how Cavill works. He's a manipulator. So, now they are attacking the base star that has the sixes and some of the threes, eights. Is she an eight? She's an eight. Athena is an eight. And Leobins. I don't know what number a Leobin is. But yeah, there's no resurrection ship, so actually anybody who gets blown out of the sky is in trouble. So, seeing how that pans out, that's exciting. Space shit. Okay, guys, let's get into it. I am so excited for more space shit. I need it, I want it, I thrive off of it. I get that Tori needed to protect everybody, but that was cold.
I couldn't keep you safe from harm, my love, but I kept you in my heart. You were the breath in my lungs, the blood in my veins, the light in my eye. Now that breath is gone. That blood.
Oh, Ty.
I like this service.
It's not for me, I'll tell you that.
I know, but I want you to know what I like.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry about your loss.
Sorry, Chief.
How firm is that?
Get us all killed.
Chief. I'm so sorry.
Chief, get it together. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. They got cameras on her, but they don't have them at the door where Callie died.
We're done.
I think we're not. You come every day.
Oh.
Is there something that you want from me?
Ellen looks stunning with that hair, by the way.
Is there something that you need?
Yes, there is.
See you tomorrow, Colonel.
Oh no.
You gonna deal with that kid?
Probably needs to be changed.
Maybe you should do that.
All right.
Ty's gonna do
I
it?
think Callie killed herself because of you, don't you?
I don't even know what I am anymore. I don't know which of my memories are real.
You don't need guilt. We were made to be perfect.
Whoa, Tori. Whoa.
You just live without guilt?
Apparently.
Shut it down.
No. Be the man you want to be till the day you die. We're still the same people, aren't we?
Of course we are. You shut up.
Yeah.
What you're feeling is what a man feels when this happens. It's normal and it's human. And it's not gonna end anytime soon. It'll be there every day.
Yep.
You'll see her every day. Feel what you gotta feel. But don't risk us. Come on, Tori.
It's absolutely fair.
Just think about it. Think about what we are,
Tori, get out of here.
what we can do.
You're fired. You're no longer in the clubhouse. Get out of here. Hold on to the parts of you that you love, which is probably the human part. Don't listen to Tori, murderer. Oh, it's so wild to see Ellen looking like 6. I mean, smoking hot, both of them. It's really interesting that Ty saw her in 6. Kind of still chuckling to myself about Ty changing a diaper. So now she kind of feels connected to him, huh?
If it happens at the same time as a pleasurable touch,
That might not be for him.
Okay, listen. I think that
Oh, okay.
you're very strong, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
You're pretty. I think I preferred it when you cried.
She's scary.
Bad becomes good.
Oh, yes, it does.
Pain becomes pleasure.
Oh!
And doesn't that mean if you really become one with the god? Perfect.
Yeah.
Oh no. Okay, who is this though? Do they want Gaius? Oh, jeez.
Where is he?
Jesus. I don't know, Tori, can you kick some ass or? Jesus. That's intense.
I think it's a boy.
Here you go, Chief.
Ugh.
Chief, you ready to go? I gotta get out of here.
Poor guy. Oh, we never get to see them with spacesuits. Well, we rarely get to see them with spacesuits, not never.
Okay, let's ride.
Kick his ass, racetrack. Oh, oh no! Oh, did Chief mess something up?
One.
I think maybe Chief needs time off.
3, 4.
Oh,
1, 2.
come on, racetrack!
3.
Come on, racetrack!
Coming in hot.
Oh my God!
Where's the Admiral? Where is he?
Hey, what are you doing taking notes standing here?
He should be out there right now, trying to find the people, whoever they are. Whatever you say, sir.
They beat up a bunch of women. Why are you not trying to find them? It's not just Gaius.
Those capacitors are still hot. Wash yourself. Take my glove.
So, like, racetrack and them made it? They're fine? It looked like they got, like, ejected out into space. No, okay, she's good.
It's okay.
Skulls, is it?
Galen,
I don't need to be patted on the head. You can tell me I fracked up.
nobody got hurt, okay? Forget it. You're only human.
No, don't say that. Tell me I fracked up. Say it. Any one of you. Cowards.
Oh,
Chief,
gee.
I can handle this. Why don't you take a little downtime?
Yeah, for sure. They care about you, Chief. Jesus, that helicopter's flying low. I don't know if you guys could hear that or not.
We have been targeted because of what we believe by those who answer to faceless gods that bear no relevance in our world. They want us to be afraid. The time has come to make a stand,
Oh,
and that time is now.
how's he gonna do that?
Guys, what are you doing?
Yeah, what are you doing?
Sir, we're having a service.
Are you? But whom are you serving? Apparently king of the gods, who also happens to be, let me tell you, a serial rapist, prone to giving birth out of his own forehead. That's very likely, isn't it?
I don't think this is good, Gaius. Okay. Those might be his true feelings. Unfortunately, I don't like it. I mean, if he's in prison, he's safe, right? Put him in the brig.
I don't remember how it ends.
I don't either. I've never read the ending.
You're kidding. It's your favorite.
I don't like it so much that I don't want it to be over.
Oh.
So I'm saving it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna watch the finale for this show. I'm gonna savor it.
I just can't have a religious war in this fleet.
No, please, no. And the whole damn thing will become our fracking responsibility, yours and mine.
Yep.
Seriously, Bill, this is what we've become?
No, it's him. Walter has an uncanny way of stirring up all the crap.
It's not just him.
So we'll kick him off of the Galactica.
No, I want him close.
Oh, well,
I'm going to the brig.
oh, okay.
You want to see him?
I want him to see me.
I love when the president and Gaius have discussions. This is so curious right here.
I want to know how it feels to have killed billions of human beings, to have all that blood on your hands.
It's a good question. What does that feel like?
I feel it. Do you really think that I couldn't?
Do you? Or do you turn it off?
Oh, because it's hoary.
Working late or up early, Chief?
Have you seen your son, Chief? You spent time with him? Go home. Hug your baby.
Look. Veins, not wires. We're the same. Do you see we're the same?
Same? What do you mean the same?
Just tell me what the trouble is.
Isn't the camera on him? Hopefully they're not recording.
You have nothing to offer me.
Maybe answers.
We're not the same.
Oh, I'm loving these interactions, though.
I want you to look at me, Gaius. Just look at me. This is a wig.
I thought it was.
And there are some people who say that when people are getting closer to their death, they just don't care as much about rules and laws and conventional morality.
It's called not giving a fuck.
It's just that I'm not in the mood any longer to indulge you. And that's all.
Yeah,
And
tread
you are
lightly.
being released, so stay safe.
He thought he had a comfy little hidey hole there. Nope. Yeah, her, like, really having no fucks left to give. Ooh, it's dangerous.
I guess she just couldn't take it, huh? Being married to a Cylon, being the mother of a half-breed abomination.
Oh, goodness. You're imagining it.
Here you go, thank you. She was a good woman.
I love scenes like that.
If you really believed that, you wouldn't have threatened her to stick her up against a bulkhead and shoot her.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I've thought about doing it many times myself. Believe me.
No, you didn't.
Gee, how many of us ended up with the people we really wanted to be with?
Oh.
Got stuck with the best of limited options. And why? Because the ones we really wanted turned out to be Cylons and they didn't know it. If Boomer had... Let's go. No. I didn't know. Let's go home. I didn't know. So I buried my head in the sand and I took it and I settled. I settled for that shriek. Those dull, vacant eyes. And why? Because this is my life. This is the life I picked.
Oh, God, Chief.
Please, for the love of gods, please demote me. Get me off your fracking ship.
I want you off my hangar deck before you endanger another pilot. Tomorrow morning at 0600. For reassignment, do you understand?
Yeah, you messed up, buddy. But can I say that, like, that I think needed to be said. We knew he loved Boomer. He was settling for Callie. The Admiral did threaten to shoot her. This was not the right place for the Admiral to have that conversation, though. He really should have called him to his office like he normally would have. Oh.
Wherever Gaius Baltar is, violence happens, and if he doesn't cause it, he draws it. My job, Mr. Adama, is to keep the people safe.
While restricting their rights.
Vote.
Whoa. They all are both right. But you start taking one person's freedom away, And then it goes to another group, and it goes to another group, and it goes to another group. You gotta be careful.
Should I get used to waking up to this face?
It is really weird that he's just sitting there staring at her.
I want the pain. It's how I learn. I was instrumental in the destruction of humanity, but at the same time I learned because I fell in love with a human man. And he was mortal. I understood what I'd done. And that pain taught me to understand death. Baltar could die. And I loved him. Baltar's heart was ephemeral.
No.
Easy tie, easy tie, easy tie.
Ah! Dismissed. Clear out, out.
Cut the feed. I'm a Cylon. Tell me what to do.
When you're in pain, that's when you learn who you really are.
I'm loving this.
I can give you that clarity again.
What a great freaking scene!
I promise you, step forward and you will not be hurt.
Don't know about that.
Stop, sir.
Oh! Yeah, that's why you can't always listen to Head 6. Or Head Ellen.
Get your damn hands off me, you frickin' freak machine!
Oh. The pain, the pain. Learn from the pain.
Can you feel the clarity of it?
Stay down!
Jeez.
Oh, I really want to stay down.
No, you don't.
What?
Lieutenant!
Stand down.
The quorum has just met in emergency session. Full right of assembly has been restored.
Good, go home. Jeez. That was an amazing scene, too. The whole thing with Six picking him up and, like, puppeting him. That was crazy.
He's doing what he thinks is right.
Well, yeah, he's Lee.
That's what I said.
Thing is, it probably is the right thing, but sometimes the right thing is a luxury.
I must warn you that I'm getting into the part that I haven't read yet.
Oh dear. Are you going to be able to continue?
We should do it together.
Chapter 7. I couldn't feel anything. And that's what scared me. He came into my thoughts.
He has read it.
Are you going?
No, I made a mistake. This isn't what you need.
I'm not a priest. I've never even been a particularly good man. I have, in fact, been a profoundly selfish man. But that doesn't matter, you see. Love your faults. Embrace them. If we don't love ourselves, how can we love others?
It's actually kind of fair.
See what they are.
You gonna figure it out, Kara?
About you. About me.
I thought she was gonna wake up with coordinates.
He loves you because you are perfect. You are perfect. Just as you are.
Well, okay. Okay, so I did not expect any of this episode. I did expect Chief to have a hard time with Callie, but the truth that he kind of put out there about that she was just kind of the best of what was left. And, I guess if Boomer did tell him, things would have been different. That's what I was kind of like saying. Like, I feel like Boomer and Chief were kind of meant to be, and I was just like Kelly's the love of his life, and it felt weird to even say it because I was like, I feel like it's Boomer. The whole thing with Callie was very weird from the beginning. Like, just even like the time when they were on Cobol and they had crash down, that whole scenario, the broken jaw, the proclamation of love, all of that stuff is just it's been a weird ride for them. Him speaking, not even speaking, yelling at the Admiral that way, like he's I too questioned putting Callie on the bulkhead. If you think that she was so great, why did you threaten her life? And I think that the points that like Chief is making is he's just fed up and he's just letting everything out that he feels. And that maybe he didn't really love and care about Callie in the way that he would have wanted, like that he would have wanted with Boomer. And, she was kind of like what was left for him that he did care about. It's not that he didn't care about her. It's not even that he didn't love her. It's just, it probably never would have went that way had Boomer still been around. Man, that was tough to watch, but great acting. My God, so good. Chief messing up, it's very common when you're going through grief to suffer something like that. But it seemed like the whole theme of the episode was kind of guilt, whether it was guilt that, he felt responsible for Callie, Ty feeling responsible for Ellen, Six trying to say that she did feel guilt and loss and pain for what she did to, billions of humans. And what it really feels like is like Cylons learning to deal with feelings and knowing if it's real or if it's fake. And like Tori just being able to you just turn it off. You just don't think about it when she's the one that's responsible for Callie. Like she kind of has to do that. And her kind of really kind of getting to that inner Cylon in herself, which was kind of like, it's very unsettling. And I get that she's protecting the other two by spacing Callie, but now the whole thing with Gaius and kind of going on a little bit of a power trip a little bit. I don't really know what to make of Tori at this point. Whew. Ty seeing Ellen, ahead Ellen. That is interesting. And I loved that they had her and Trisha in the same shirt with the same haircut and kind of going in between, and Ty seeing Ellen in Six and Six and him having the moments that they were, because he definitely wants to fight it with Six and still wants to call her a fracking Cylon and get your fracking hands off of me and all this, even though he knows that they're the same and she doesn't. I keep wanting him to just be like, hey, I'm a Cylon. How do I do this? How does one Cylon? But of course that's not Ty. That's not Ty at all. Although, he did change a baby's diaper. Didn't see that one coming. What interesting conversation between those three. I almost said those two, but between those three. And gosh, the way that they're all grappling with being Cylons, and we saw a little bit of Anders just kind of looking in on Starbuck, but how they're grappling with that is incredibly interesting. And, I don't know why he's necessarily seeing Ellen. I don't know if it is because of, Chief losing Callie. And I loved when he kind of told Chief, be a man, feel your feelings. Because when do you ever hear a man say that? They rarely ever do. They're like, boys don't cry, get back to work, and Ty's like, feel your damn feelings. And I kind of loved that out of him, because he's been through it. He's experienced it and he's still experiencing the grief. And he's absolutely right that, it doesn't go away. It doesn't get easier. And I think that comes with anything that you feel grief for, that you have to feel your feelings. You have to feel it. And Chief was feeling it. And he was feeling it a little too loud at the bar in front of everyone to the Admiral. And now he's going to be reassigned. And, the Admiral, in the book and reading, I was like, oh, it's so romantic. And it is. And him saying that he was like saving the end of the book because he didn't want it to end. And her saying like, oh, maybe I should do the same thing. And her end is coming a lot sooner. And, it kind of like, it's so uncomfortable when somebody knows that they are dying and they know that the end is coming, to have that conversation, to even joke around about it, but then to keep like constantly talking about it. I don't want to say it's even uncomfortable, but you don't know how to respond to that. I specifically remember my sister being in the hospital and her just being like everyone kind of tiptoeing around the words that like, you're dying. No one really wanted to say it. And then finally she just like looked at everyone and was like, look, I know I'm dying. Like, come on, like, can we move on? And it's a very startling moment to hear somebody say that. But the president is really trying to come to grips with dying and her not having any fucks to give. She's going to do whatever she can to keep these people safe. And it might not be the right thing, but it's the thing that might be working, and her being at odds with Lee. And I even said, Lee always tries to do the right thing. And she's like, well, it might be the right thing, but it might not be like the best thing. And I get it. And I understand that. Now, again, back to the book. And when, he says like, I don't want to finish it. And then he starts reciting it from memory. It made me think that like, he's going to have like this epiphany about Chief and like what Chief is going through, and like maybe seek him out and talk to him and maybe apologize. I'm not sure, but like, most of the time, like I said, the Admiral will take the long way to get to something. He'll stew with it for a while. He'll let it ruminate. He'll think about it, and then he'll go do something about it. And I don't know if that has one thing to do with the other, but like, him being able to recite that from memory, he knows the end of that book. It's almost like when you lie about having seen a television show or something, not with reactions, but like with your significant other, that you didn't watch ahead, like, oh no, I have no idea what happens in Game of Thrones. It's just all a surprise. And then you watch it with them and you experience it with them, and you never tell them that you've already seen it or something like that. It feels like that he's like, kind of like, let's experience this together and let's have this. And I want you to have something peaceful before you die. I definitely was just like, I was like, did she get a haircut? Did she change her hair? And then she's like, it's a wig, when she's talking to Gaius, and like her, like really like going and talking to Gaius and kind of like looking him in the eye and just being like, I don't care anymore. That's the great thing about dying, is like, I'm willing to take the risks. I mean, it's way more eloquent the way that she puts it. I'm just like, I have no fucks to give. I'm going to do what I think is right, no matter what, because screw the law. I think it's a badass character moment for her. I don't think it's a great moment for the fleet necessarily. As much as I'm like, I don't like religion, and I think we can all agree that cults are not good. Limiting one group of people from having rights, that's when it starts to creep into, well, now we can limit the rights of these people, and we can limit the rights of these people and these people and these people, and before you know it, dictatorship. So like, it's a thin line of where the control is too much, or is it just enough to corral everything in the right direction, or are you at a full stoppage? And she was going for full stoppage, and I'm proud of Lee, but I think Lee seeing Gaius, and I loved, Gaius being like, love yourself, because it's something that I would preach, not to a cult, but it's something that I would say to anybody, is that like, you are perfect, love you the way you are. But I think Lee's just like, oh shit, well, that happened. And you know what? If they are just a great group of lovers, then that's wonderful, because that's right up Gaius's alley. But if they're religious freaks and fanatics and there's the other group, if you have one group fighting the other, calling them heretics and all this stuff, like, that's not good. And granted, I agree with the president and the admiral, you do not want a religious war on your ship or in your fleet at all. It's funny because I was just in Casablanca and I went to the Hassan II Mosque, And it's the only mosque that you can really take a tour of. You don't have to be Muslim to enter it. And on the very top of it, they have these spires that go, well, this one spire, the tallest spire of the building that goes up, and it has 3 globes on it. And they're different sizes. It's big and then medium and small. But what it's supposed to represent is all the religions of that region at the time, which was definitely Muslim, Christian, and Judaism. And I thought it was like really beautiful. And even now to this day in Casablanca and in most of Morocco, that, you know, they don't care what God you believe in. I went into beautiful Catholic cathedrals while I was there, and I went into a mosque. I didn't go into any temples, but I will say it's like they don't care. They're like, believe whatever you want to believe. That doesn't affect us whatsoever, you know. And it's like, just, they're great people. They're happy people. Everyone's happy because they're allowed to believe whatever they want to believe, and they don't have another side fighting them, telling them that they're not supposed to believe that or to change something. That's why religious wars to me are just like so silly. It's like, just let people be. Now, I know that there's definitely territory that's involved in a lot of that. And to go on, you know, the tours that I went of like Portugal and Spain, and just really learning about how like it was founded by a lot of Muslims. It's really interesting because that is now not the way. You know, but you don't want religious wars. You want people to get along, and you want people to be able to believe in whatever they want to believe in, as long as everybody's behaving and they're not harming other people. I don't see a problem with it. If you want a love den, guys, have a love den. If all of these people and these women are trusting you to lead them, great. Just do right by them. That's the biggest thing, is just be a good person. I'm like Lee. Just be a good person. Just do the right thing. Big fan. Big fan. Wow, a lot happened. We're back to a lot of different beats happening throughout the episode, and me trying to remember everything. Like the beginning, I thought was very beautiful with Chief kind of giving a eulogy for Callie, and I was just like, that's really interesting because we haven't ever seen them do a funeral before. And then, of course, this is the episode that focuses on different religions and Gaius storming into that area and getting into a tussle. So well played, writers, well played. And you know, the thing was like racetrack and the ship not working, and like, you know, Chief being at fault for that, and just them saying, it's okay, Chief, you're human. And he's like, don't tell me that. Don't say that to me. Like, tell me that I fracked up. Tell me that I fracked up. I think he was looking for a fight, and no one would fight with him because obviously they knew that he was wounded and that he was going through something. And then damn if the wrong person didn't sit next to him at the bar. And I was kind of like, Admiral Adama would never have had that conversation at a bar. He wouldn't have sought Chief out and sat next to him and been like, let's talk about our feelings, shall we? I think he would have called him to his office, and then Chief could have yelled at him all he wanted, but the fact that he did it inside of the bar, that's a real hard one to make up from. It really is. Like, you done fracked up, Chief, with that one. And maybe that's what he wants. Maybe he wants to be off of Galactica so he doesn't have the memories of Callie, and so he can do something different and be somewhere else with Nikki. But I don't really think that's the best thing for him. And he's not really doing a good job of taking care of Nikki. When Colonel Ty is changing your baby's diapers, you're fracking up. Come on, Chief. Come on, Chief. You don't get to do that when you have kids. You don't get to like think about yourself really that much at all. It's what Callie was experiencing, I think. Yeah, so much stuff happened in this episode, and it's little bit things. Like, there's not like big juicy parts. Like, there was definitely great acting moments for sure, but like, I'm waiting for it to all collide together. Right now we're at the expanded accordion phase, and I need the squishy accordion phase. And I look forward to the squishy accordion phase. I got really excited for like some space shit, and then nope. And we didn't get an update on the Cylons. I don't know what's going on with the base stars. I don't know how the rest of the 6s and the 8s are doing. And I forget what Leoben is. A 4? Or is that Simon? Who's 1? Who is the 1? I really should have written it down, and I know plenty of people have put it in the comments, and I'm like, yes, that's exactly right, and then poof, gone. So Sorry, guys. If you want to watch the full-length reaction to this episode, it will be available on my Patreon and up to 4 episodes early. But in the meantime, like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. If you're the president, do you also have no more Fs to give? Because I feel like it'd be really easy to do if you know you're dying. And I think she thinks she's doing what she thinks is right, but I know that we don't think that it's right. The whole Ty Ellen 6 thing. How'd you feel about that? Because I was like, and then I was like, Ellen's a Cylon, and then I was like, oh no, I think she's just a head Ellen. We're still waiting on that final Cylon. I'm not sold 100% on who it could be. It's funny because I was just like, am I overlooking Callie as being a Cylon? And then I was like, no, like her and Chief can't have a baby if they're both Cylons. And then obviously she hates Cylons, so that would have just been... I mean, Ty really hates Cylons. It's not stopping him from hating them, so whatever. I thought Starbuck, especially with her last comment about feeling alien and not like really part of her body, but I feel like she's something different completely. I don't know. I something's really steering away from her being the last Cylon revealed. So at this point, I have no idea. And quite frankly, having any theories, just they could change it at any minute. So guys, come back here for the next episode. I'm sure it's going to be a juicy one because we got to catch up with Starbuck and Anders, which we always know is utter chaos. But hopefully we're on our way to somewhere that the roadmap is found and that Starbuck can figure it out. And then also, are there base stars still in space? Are we dead? Are we not getting resurrected? Are we up for a fight? Can we fight back? Do we know how? I have no idea. I keep saying we as though we're part of the Cylons that are fighting the Cavils and the Simons and all of that. Like I think we're rooting for them. I don't know. Raise your hand if you think, or raise your hand if you're fighting for the Cavils and if you think Cavil's right, and give a thumbs up if you think that the Sixes are right. Because I'm doing one of these. I'm also doing one of these because I have no idea which one's right. So guys, come back here for the next one. And in the meantime, I'll see ya.